As part of PR Spousal Sponsorship Series, today I'm going to fill out the form IMM 5406, Additional Family Information. It is a mandatory and digital form and the second number in your spousal application. But before diving into the details, let's understand my scenario. My friend who is in Canada, he is a sponsor and sponsoring his wife on PR. His wife is a principal applicant currently living in India and created this PR portal and filling out this information. They do not have any dependent children, but here and there I will be taking some dependent children information as well for your reference. At the end of this application, once she gets the approval, she is the one who's gonna immigrate from India to Canada on PR. So in this video, I'm going to cover what is this form and who needs to fill out this information, and how to convert the name into the native script. At last, we will also be talking about some dependent children information. Now, let's jump into the PR portal and fill IMM 5406. So once you log into your PR portal, this is your PR portal dashboard. Here you can see on the left side IMM 5406. This is the form we're gonna fill here. When we see here, this is a digital form. You don't have any icon to upload or download the PDF. So you need to fill this form online. You can do this in the multiple setting as well. So click on the edit button for the family information. Now let's understand what is this form and who needs to fill out. Here we see in the instruction, what is this form for or before you get started. We need information about your family, your parents, children, spouse and siblings. And you don't need to complete this entire form in one setting. To save your progress on this form, click save and continue. You can do in the multiple setting here as well. But I want you to pay the attention here. You, the principal applicant, must fill out this form for yourself. It means this form needs to be filled out by the principal applicant. When we are talking about the principal applicant, this entire information, the parents, children, spouse and sibling, it is a principal applicant family information. I have also created the IMM 0008 generic application form. If you have not watched that video, you can watch. I have showing on the screen and attach the link in the description box as well. That is the number one form which you need to fill in your spousal application. So before filling out any form in the PR Spousal Sponsorship application, always go and check the guide IMM 5289. But let's understand about this parents, children, spouse and sibling information. So we'll go here. So here you need to fill out the information regarding the parents, principal applicant, mother and father information. You can see here your parent and your mother, father information here. Let's go here. The section B is regarding children. So you need to include married children, adopted children, children of your spouse or common law partner, any of your children who have been adopted by others, or any of your children who are in the custody of an ex-spouse, former common law partner or other guardian. So you need to provide this entire information. It doesn't matter the age and anything. You need to mention your children information in this form. The next one is the spouse. You are the principal applicant. You need to mention the sponsor details here, who's sponsoring you, your spouse details. And next one is regarding your siblings. So we'll just go and check the instruction, the siblings. So you need to mention your brother, your sister, your half brother and half sister, or your step brother and step sister. You need to mention all these information here. Now you would be wondering why we need to mention everything. So let's go and check the guide IMM 5289. Here in the guide IMM 5289, it's a mention the important information declaring all family members. So read out this information. If you are applying for a permanent residence in Canada, you must declare all your family members. There are no exception to this requirement. It means it is a mandatory that you need to mention all your family members. In addition, all your family members must be examined as part of the process of applying for permanent residence in Canada, even if they will not come to Canada with the principal applicant. So they need this information in their record. Family members who are not declared and examined are excluded from the family class, which means you can't sponsor them at the later date. If a permanent resident does not declare all their family members on this application, they could risk losing their permanent resident status. So now you got the clear answer why you need to include all your family member information here. It is a mandatory requirement for your PR application. Now let's go and check the IMM 5289 guide. So here we check this guide regarding the dependent children. These are the condition. They should be under 22 years old and they don't have any spouse or common law partner. This is the condition for your dependent children. In your additional information, you need to include all your dependent children information regardless of age or their spousal status. Now let's read the before you get started. You, the principal applicant, must fill out this form for yourself. As we already mentioned, the principal applicant is filling out this form. Now, this is the very important thing which I want all of you to pay attention is that behalf of any of your family members 18 years of age or older who are not already Canadian citizen or permanent resident. This is regarding your dependent children. So you need to fill out another IMM 5406 form on behalf of your children if they are 18 years of age or older. So if you have that information in your profile page in your dependent children, you will see one more icon here with their name, date of birth and action that you need to fill out that information on behalf of them. So that we need to pay attention. In this scenario, my friend, they don't have any dependent children, so we won't be having, but at the later time, we will take 1 or 2 example of the dependent children. Another important thing here is that enter all names in English and in your native language. Whatever is your native language, you need to mention the name in that language as well. Now we will see how we are gonna do it. If a section does not apply, like if you don't have any dependent children or the siblings or whatever information, you need to mention not applicable. Do not keep it blank, mention not applicable. Okay, now let's click on the edit icon and fill the form. This is your additional family information. The first section which you see here for yourself, it means the principal applicant section. And in this section, you can see your full name and date of birth. You cannot edit here. So I mentioned before as well, whenever you want to edit the principal applicant information, you always need to go back to your profile page and same thing will be applicable here. So you can go on the profile page here, edit the information and that information will be coming here. You can also see there is no option to add the name in the native language. So we are gonna skip that one. Country or territory of birth that you need to mention from your passport. The next section here is for the marital status. Here you can see all the option here. So we're gonna select here married, physically present. I have seen all the weddings happen like physically present in India. I'm gonna select here married, physically present. And as you have seen, there's a common law option as well. So if you are the common law partner, you can select that option as well. For this example, my friend was married, so I'm gonna select the physically present option. You need to mention the principal applicant email address here. So I'm gonna mention the principal applicant email address. Provide address below. Given city, town and country or territory, maximum 80 characters. You need to mention the entire address detail of a person who is living in India. This is a principal applicant detail. It should include your street number, street name, your house number if you have it, your district, your city, your postal code, all the entire information you need to mention in this section. The next one is the relationship, the spouse information. So you need to mention here the information of the sponsor who's sponsoring you. The person who is in Canada, that information would come here. So I'm gonna take an example here and write who's sponsoring. And the same name as we read in the instruction, we also need to convert that in the native language as well. The native language for us, it was Kannada. So I'll go to Google Translator. I've already converted the name here. Just copy this name and paste over here. We need to include this native language's name for spouse and the parents as well. The next one is the date of birth. Mention the date of birth as per their passport. Country of birth, mention the same information as per their passport. Marital status, as we selected the married physically present, so this will also be married physically present here, and then mention their email, like the sponsor email here. The next one is the address. Provide their address information where they are living in Canada. Mention each and everything as I mentioned before. All that information under 80 characters. Okay. The next one is the parent information, the mother or father. Provide their name here. So I'm taking example. and mention their name in the native language as well. Mention their mother date of birth, the country of birth. It will be mentioned in their passport, so take the information from there. The marital status, whatever the marital status is that, and the email address. You need to mention your mother email address. If you don't have your mother email address, you can mention your father, or you can also mention your address here. The next one is the address information. Wherever they are living in India, you need to mention the entire address details here, including the street name, number, cities, district, pin code. All the information should come here. The next one is the parent too, like father information. Mention the father name here. Mention their date of birth as mentioned in their passport. The country of birth, same thing from the passport. Marital status, married. Select as per your situation. Email, mention their email address if they have it. If not, you can mention your as well. And the address information, whatever you mention in your mother, you can mention the same thing here. Once you have everything, check the information and click and save and continue. Once you click save and continue, if you think you have made any mistake, you can always go back to that section, click on that and edit the information. Now the next one here is that additional family information is your child. You, the principal applicant, must fill out this form for yourself and on behalf of any of your family members 18 years of age or older who are not already Canadian citizen or permanent resident. This is very important thing which you need to remember if you have this scenario. Enter all names in English and native language. If your section does not apply, write not applicable. So as I mentioned, my friend didn't have this scenario. They don't have any children. So I'm just going to write here not applicable. And later we're going to take some examples as well. So not applicable, and I'm going to skip all the details here and click on save and continue. The last section here is regarding your siblings. So you, the principal applicant, must fill out this form. So you need to include your sibling, your half sister, half brother, or step brother and step sister, as we have seen in the instruction. Write the name here of the brother, Rajesh. Convert the same thing from your Google Translator. Brother date of birth, their country of birth as per their passport, marital status if they are married, their email, and the address as well, as we mentioned. Save the information. If you have other siblings like your sister, you need to mention that detail as well, and click on save and continue. Once you click on save and continue, this information is saved and you can go back and edit and check the information. You want to edit something, you can go back and edit. For your principal applicant, if you want to edit your date of birth or name, you need to go back to your profile page and make the changes over there. You cannot edit in this form. So once everything is completed, you can complete and return to the application. Here you would see the form is ready to submit. In the left side, you can see IMM 5406. The green icon is appearing. It means the form is almost completed and ready to submit. So we have filled out these two forms. Now let's take an example of the dependent as well. Let's take two examples here. The first example, you have a child and your child is 19 years of age, like older than 18 years. To edit that information, first we need to go to your profile page, dependent information, and add your child information here. Is the dependent accompanying you? Yes. Relationship is child, and provide the name here, family name, given name, and the date of birth information. As soon as you edit this information here, click on save and continue. Go back to your 5406, click on edit. You will see there is one more section appearing for your child. So you need to fill two forms here, one for yourself and another one is for your child. Let's go to your information. So this is the same form which we have already filled. It is a section. Applicant information would come here. The dependent, the relationship, spouse information would come here, and the parent, mother, and after that the father information would come here. It is all same. Click save and continue. In the children, you need to mention your child information here. You also need to convert this name into the native language. I have just added here. Mention the date of birth, the same thing which you have mentioned over there. The country, territory of birth as per their passport. Marital status, you need to mention here, not married. Their email address and their physical address where they are living, all the information, and then click on save and continue. The sibling information will remain same as you mentioned before, and click on save and continue. That's how you're gonna fill your form. But let's go and click on your child information. In this one, you can see indicate whether you are filling out this form for on behalf of any of your child. So this is your child information here. And the applicant will be your child name would come here, their full name, date of birth, and then you need to mention the country of birth, the marital status, single, email address, and the physical address you need to mention. We are considering your child is single, so we are not mentioning any of their spouse detail, and the mother and father detail. It is child mother and child father detail, so it would come here your information as a mother and father. Mention all other details, convert the name, date of birth, and here it will be the father information. Click here and click on save and continue. It is your child information, so it will be blank here, so it will not applicable. Click on save and continue. And the next one is the siblings. If your child has another siblings, if it is there, in that case you need to mention that one, otherwise it mentioned not applicable, and save and continue. That's how we fill both the applications, and after that complete and return to the application. You can see here it is ready to submit. Now the next scenario we're gonna take it where your child is younger than 18 years of age. Let's take the 16 years of age. So for that you need to edit the information and go back to your profile page, make the changes over there. So I'm just gonna edit the same information and change the year here. So it is a 16 years of age. I will go here 5406, and in 5406 you will see I don't see any other child information here because it does not come under the criteria of the 18 years of age or older. It is less than that. So you only need to fill this IMM 5406 on behalf of your child when your child is 18 years of age or older. I hope that clears about the dependent information as well. If you have any question regarding your spousal sponsorship application, drop me in the comment box and I will reply you as per my experience. And in my next video, I am going to fill out IMM 5669, which is another mandatory form needs to be filled out by principal applicant. So stay tuned. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and subscribe to it so you won't miss the next update. And thank you so much for watching. It's Aarti Khajuria and all the best for your application.